the biggest station in the world, playing all of today's hits. You're listening to Instinct Radio.
Hi, good afternoon, and welcome to RCR Discussions. I'm your host for today, Michelle Dawes-Bird. Happy New Year! Right? I can still say that. This is my first show for the new year, so welcome. Hi, everybody. I'm glad to see you. I'm a little cold. It's cold outside. It's cold, and for first time viewers and watchers, this show is based in Atlanta, and we're not typically used to this icy cold weather that we've had for over a week, and we're talking about temperatures that are like 12 degrees in the morning or feels like 12. Gets to like 25, and the infrastructure here is just not really ready for that. Pipes are busting and all that kind of stuff. So forgive me, I am not looking fallish. I'm bundled up because it's cold. It's cold today. But as always, I'm always excited to be here. But I wanted to give a little background about what Real Chicks Rock is all about. It's all about the empowerment of women. Yay! Yay! And we do it. And we do it through various different vehicles. We do it through community service, public speaking, mentoring, our t-shirt line. Yay for the brand. Thank you guys for supporting the brand for these number of years. And this last platform or opportunity is through the arts. And I use this to touch music, dance, and creative essence. But this I'm starting to really love because it allows me to have these kind of conversations and discussions about topics and things that impact us as women and really impact us as a community, as a body of people. And so today's topic is health and wellness, right? We always go into the new year with New Year's resolutions, things that we're not going to do, what we're going to do. And I just think it's always appropriate to kind of just clear the slate and try to give people some tools and techniques to help them empower them to have a better quality of life, right? So what good is the money? What good is the love and the romance and all that if you're not healthy to enjoy it? That's what I say. So I'm really trying to focus on health and wellness. I think I do, but I got my man here on the left. Jamel's going to help me take it up another level. Jamel has been with us before, but these two beautiful ladies across from me have not. So I'm going to slow it down. Thank you for all the people that are first time watching and listening. We appreciate you guys even sharing this stuff already and liking it and absorbing it. My guest to the left, Jamel Thompson, tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a vegan, plant-based chef. I have a nonprofit called Urban Detox Universal that deals with sustainability and bringing education to the community on ways to clean the environment, eat healthy, and things of the sort. Right now, I'm currently getting ready to start teaching a class at Atlanta Technical College. Vegan food
And he
science.
looks at me. Yes.
Yeah, I'm vegan food
Yes.
science. And really excited about that because I feel like on the mainstream level it's starting to catch.
Yes.
And once people taste the food, they'll understand that it's something they really can do.
Awesome. And then my two beautiful lovelies, I have Janae and Jacqueline. Introduce yourself. Tell the people who you are.
Yes, so we go by Jackie and JJ. All right, look at the camera talking to the mic. We go by who?
JJ.
JJ, yes.
Oh,
so that's
she's so
my
cute.
beautiful daughter, Janae, is her name. But we are the mother-daughter duo, Jackie and JJ. And what we do is we promote Mommy and Me Fitness.
Mommy and Me Fitness.
Yes, we promote Mommy and Me Fitness. So basically it is Glamour Girl Fitness, and the extension of Glamour Girl Fitness is Glamour Girl Fitness Mommy and Me program.
Mm-hmm.
And I incorporated that program. Glamour Girl Fitness actually got started after I gave birth to a beautiful baby girl by the name of Janae.
Right.
And majority of the clients that I train, and we'll kind of go back to, like you said, to what I do. I am a certified lifestyle and weight management specialist.
Wow.
So I motivate and I inspire women in particular, if it is their goal to lose weight and to keep it off, by providing them methods that are sustainable yet rewarding.
Nice.
Yeah, and so how the Mommy and Me segment got started was, of course, after I had given birth, I went right back down to my size, you know, and of course I was always into fitness, but I noticed that majority of the women, of course, that I motivate and inspire for weight loss, have children.
Yes.
They have kids.
Right.
And so they make excuses that they don't have time. And of course, this is where we come in with that physical activity. They don't have time to work out because they are busy moms, you know, and I am a busy mom, a busy wife, a busy manager. So I wanted to be able to motivate and inspire women with my story and let them know how they can incorporate that by incorporating their children. So don't make excuses. Let's get them active and fun. And so you can actually be healthy by incorporating. And that's how the Mom and Me program got started.
Awesome. So how old is Janae? How old are you?
6.
Wow. So you've been doing this, Mom, for 6 years. You've been exercising with Mommy since you could walk, maybe, or a little bit older?
So probably about, I would say,
4?
yeah,
Probably about
exactly,
4.
About 4. Exactly right. Because around the age of 4, you know, you get to the point where I would put DVDs on and then try to put her in the other room, and then it just kind of lost her attention. And she was like, wait a minute, I see her in there. She's jumping up and down. She's having fun. And you know, kids, what kid does not like to jump up and down and like to move? And so that's when she kind of just came into the room, because we have a gym at the house, our home gym. And she just came in there, and I'm like, okay, all right, you go up here. This is Mommy's spot. This is your spot. And then we started doing what?
Working out.
Yeah.
Okay, working out. Awesome. I'm getting some feedback that the mics are not working, so I'm going to let Net try to work that out. While that's working out, Jamel, talk to me a little bit about, I'm jumping a little bit, but talk to me about the Atlanta Metropolitan College opportunity. So when are you going to start working there?
Okay, so it's basically a class that I'm starting.
Okay.
And the class is the way it's set up. It's like an elective, and students could use financial aid to pay to get in the class.
Okay.
And the way it works is it's basically the same as taking any other class in college. You get a syllabus, you find out what book the curriculum is going to be about, things of that nature. Now, if you want me to tell you more about the actual curriculum, I could tell you a little about that as well.
Okay.
It's food science. So one of the things that makes it hard for people to cook in today's world is not having a working knowledge of certain components of cooking.
Okay.
An example of that is a friend of mine. She visited my home and she wanted to make pancakes. And so I was like, okay, you make pancakes. I need to get in the shower and get ready to go somewhere.
Okay.
And when I came out of the shower, it's like the pot was this little heaping mess of water in the bottom of the pot and flour, and it was frying. It wasn't actually rising or anything.
Okay.
And so first off, she didn't put a leavening agent in there to lift up the flour as it heated.
Okay.
So that would be like baking soda or baking powder or something of that nature. And second, she used flour like teff flour. She see I have all these exotic flours, teff flour, almond flour, coconut flour. So she just then mixed up all these flours, and each of these flours are liquid-based flours. So you can't use them. And you can't use them.
Right.
And so I understand that that's a small thing that people have that is just an activity of the mind of not being aware that, hey, I need a leavening agent, I need dry ingredients, I need wet ingredients. So now my class gets in the description of what is a leavening agent, what are your baking temperatures, what is the Maillard reaction, and these are things that are advanced cooking strategies that allows you to cook any meal that you want to cook. It doesn't matter. So I'm not going to teach recipes. I'm going to teach the technique of the science of cooking.
I might have to sign up to that. So, all right. So it's a lot here because, again, like I said at the beginning of the conversation, at the intro, that it is the beginning of the year, and people typically want to restart, renew, get a fresh start on the whole new year. And there's just so much about this health and wellness. Like, people say it, but I don't know if they know what that means. Right. And how that impacts us as individuals. So I'm gonna start with that. So what does health and wellness mean to you, Jackie?
So health and wellness means, and like you said, you got to kind of take each word kind of by itself. Because when we think about health, we think about what? Our bodies.
Right.
Typically, most people think about our bodies, keeping it healthy, strong, and active. And one of the things that, in order, as you know, when it comes to disease and you think about health, activity,
right,
which is physical activity. So when we think about health, we think in terms of physical activity. How are we going to fight off natural diseases that come about The most common ones for us in our community, of course, is high blood pressure, diabetes, things like that.
Yeah.
Well, physical activity is what's going to help you fight off some of these diseases. And if you heard before, where people have been on medication, they have been overweight, and they were on high blood pressure medicine or diabetic medicine. And by incorporating physical activity, by exercising, they were able to come off of these medications. And so it is so important when you think of health to think about incorporating physical activity. And the other thing, of course, then is there's wellness, which is the same thing. So you kind of incorporate the two together. And then, of course, we'll let my friend over here talk about the food aspect of it.
Now, what happens is, because somebody told me today, just this morning, they said, I work out. I really don't work out. They say I walk. So I know that falls under the being physical or moving, but is that enough?
You know what? What did you say, Janae?
What do you say, Janae? Is that enough?
No.
Okay. What should a person do besides just walk? What do you do?
Jump
You jump
and skip.
and you skip.
Right. And these are things, as you know, that who can do? Kids like yourself, right?
Yes.
Yes, exactly. Besides just walking. But yeah, so I do get clients all the time because as a lifestyle and weight management specialist, I do get clients all the time that says, well, I walk, things like that. But then we have to look at, because of course there's nothing wrong with walking, right? But we have to look at what is our goal, because there is, I like the fact that you're active, but how often are you doing the walking? Are you one of those regular mall walkers, Are you doing this 3, 4, 5 times a week? Then of course, then you're doing what? You're sending things to the heart and you're keeping your heart healthy and strong. But you don't want to talk to this lifestyle and weight management specialist, because now then what is your goal? Is your goal to lose weight? And are you going to be able to do that just by walking?
Right.
That's another aspect of it.
That's another aspect. Jamel, what do you think? What is the definition for you for health and wellness?
From a food standpoint, health and wellness is the ability to have a stable, healthy working gut flora.
Okay.
The reason I use the gut flora but anything else is that I was listening to an interview by Neil deGrasse, and he's like an astrophysicist, and basically he was talking about how the combustion in the body happens. It's like all of these different gases and minerals and elements that we have in our body are interacting, and they're like the stars in the galaxy that have explosions. And so these explosions are the calories that gives you the energy to jump or skip or hop or run. These minerals and nutrients are critical to metabolizing that energy. And so the health and wellness for me is that gut flora has to be in alignment, in a certain alignment of structure, so that your body is able to function correctly.
Okay.
And so when you look at, for example, you eat a banana, and you eat a banana, and your energy level spikes over a certain period of time, say 3 hours.
Okay.
So in the 3-hour period, your insulin level rises, which we call the glycemic index. Your insulin level rises, and your sugar level it doesn't go too high. So then you don't worry about, say, diabetes. This is fructose sugar.
Okay.
Then you have like a galactose sugar or a glucose sugar. This is like a white sugar that we would buy in Kroger's. And so what happens is you eat the sugar, and immediately your glycemic index doubles past what that banana would be. And so when you have that spike, it comes right back down. It's a crash. And during that crash period is where people get headaches, and they're unable to walk as much because they're weaker. And usually this happens by what we call which is not complex carbohydrates, but they're the dead carbohydrates or the dead calories that you get from, say, a McDonald's meal or something of that nature. And that's
Say
why
that
people
again. From
always
where?
want
Where do you get that from? From
McDonald's.
Say it again.
McDonald's.
The dead calories.
Dead calories.
The dead calories. Yeah. Okay. All right. I hear you. I
So,
had to
and
say
we
it
go to
again.
McDonald's, we find healthy things to eat there, right? When we go to McDonald's.
Yeah.
And then, what do you think? They started to come up with things like what? What's some of the healthy things that you get in your Happy Meal? What's the little fruit in there that they give you?
apple slice
Exactly.
Apple
Your apple
slices.
and
slice.
strawberry yogurt.
And
Yeah.
strawberry
Okay.
yogurt.
Yeah, stay away from the fries.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Drink
no
milk.
extra fries. We're gonna get the apple slices or the yogurt. And mommy gets what when she goes there? That grilled chicken what?
Grilled chicken salad.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
The grilled chicken sandwich. And I tell her no bread, and I'll do the lettuce and tomato that comes with it and kind of cut it up.
Wow.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yes, you gotta be
look, Jamel
creative.
is like smiling.
You
He
gotta
likes
be
that.
creative when you have the kids that want to go to these
Yeah,
places.
yeah.
So yeah,
So
we
you
were talking
still
her
got
language.
everything you need. You get everything you need.
Exactly.
Wow, she said all the right things, man. I got to
That's
do
beautiful. I'm glad
I-
to hear that. The public needs to understand that. Because literally, people say they're vegan,
Yes, right.
and they'll go to McDonald's and they'll just get the fries. And
Mm.
it's like, you should have just, we only got the Happy Meal, not the fries. Because literally, in that meat, the animal eats grass. So there's some minerals there.
Oh,
But in
okay.
those
That's a
fries,
stretch, though. That's a stretch.
Those
This
fries
is-
been
come
in
on,
there for
Jay.
2 years.
Jay, that's a
Frozen.
stretch. He's like the
Yes.
cow, the animal
Animals
eats
eat
grass. Yo, bro, that's a stretch. But I feel you though. He's like that's better than actually. So the potato itself, so frying up the potato and making French fries is just bad business because of the oil or what?
So when it comes to that, I specifically have mean it in McDonald's French fries, and the reason is because it's processed and it's set and it's frozen for months. On end
Okay.
And sent around the country on trucks. So
Right.
there's a carbon footprint from the gas coming out of that car that's being integrated into that food. So I really don't mean because I don't eat meat, so I'm not
Right,
going to promote it.
right.
But you'll get more minerals out of that sandwich than
Yeah,
you
you
will
eat
out
out
of
of
those
those.
fries.
Okay.
For these people that's saying that vegan,
Okay.
they should be getting those apple slices and the salads. But so when you fry something, automatically your oil is going to pull oxygen out the air.
Okay.
You know, when you see the bubbles,
Yeah.
and the surface area starts seeing bubbles, those bubbles is oxidation. So you're creating trans fats in that process of just frying. The only oil that does not oxidize during frying is grapeseed oil. And so grapeseed oil is number one, the best oil used for frying that we know of at this current moment.
Okay.
And that's at the temperature, the correct temperature. Because once you get over about 180 degrees, you're going to start creating acrylamides, these cancer agents.
It's real scientific in here, ladies and gentlemen. You breaking it
Start
down.
getting
Yeah, you
acrylamides.
just
So this fry, the outside of this fry, the inside of the fry still has a potato in it. That's okay for the body.
right.
But the crunchy part, the chewy part, that's the cancer agent. That's the high sugar agent that gives diabetes. That's the agent that has to be broke down and your blood pressure rise because your body is working hard to metabolize.
To metabolize it. 2 questions for you, Jay. One, typically people of color can find grapeseed oil where? Because it's not in my Kroger. Let me go check. I'm going to check. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to go check again, but I don't think so. I think that strategically placed Kroger's and Publix in different branches might carry it, but it's not going to be where I live. And I live on the south. I live in Southwest Atlanta.
Yeah.
So it's not there. So ideally, how could we get at least the oil? Because sometimes, real talk, you want to be good, but sometimes you want something that is fried. And you want it one of the food groups that you're able to eat or you feel comfortable eating. May not necessarily be chicken. Like lately, I'm on this onion ring thing. Like get a sweet Vidalia onion. I want to cut it up and I want to fry it. But if I fry it in oils that I'm not supposed to, then I'm taking away its nutrients, right? The value of it. So ideally, where should I go or could go? And not to promote anything for non-sponsored people, but where should I kind of go to get some oils that are right?
I like the Asian markets.
Okay.
A lot of the Asian markets is gonna have your exotic oils.
Okay.
I also Walmart has a area where they have oils, and they do have a non-GMO organic version of grapeseed oil.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
And so that's so. I want to clear up something because a lot of people get the misconception that everything is GMO nowadays.
Yeah.
And if you go in Walmart or if you go in some of these stores that is definitely GMO food. Well, grapes, one thing about grapes is that grapes are used for making wine. And so wine is a part of the custom of the United States of America. And so once they found out that pesticides and herbicides were affecting the culture of wine from grapes to the wine bottle, they decided that they would not put pesticides and herbicides on grapes, nor would they make grapes GMO.
Okay.
So the point I'm getting at for saying that is that, it's not bad to shop at places like Walmart. It's just you have to know what you're buying.
Yes,
Don't
exactly.
just go in there and just say, I'll buy anything because it's Walmart.
Right.
Or I'll buy anything because it's Kroger. But on side of Kroger's, Walmart, you could look in the organic section at Kroger's. You might find a small bottle. And the last place that I know is like maybe the Piggly Wigglies or Wayfields.
Really?
I know. I'll be sorry.
You see what?
Yeah.
My
right
engineer's
next to the
laughing.
canola. It
Somebody
looks
get
just
my
like the
engineer
canola.
from laughing.
We don't know.
Yeah. My engineer's cracking up. Come on, engineer, stop laughing. Piggly Wiggly. No disrespect. I haven't seen a Piggly Wiggly in a minute. I know there's
Yeah.
still some that exist. So, interesting, very interesting. Now, Jamel, you always fascinate me because when I see you, your whole posture is bright. And I know that's because of the foods that you eat and what you believe in. How did you get on this path? Because you seem like a very young person, young brother, and you're so intellectual about food. And now, from the last time we talked, which was a year ago, you've taken it another level. Like it's gone, like you're not even in the stratosphere anymore. So just for the people that are listening, how did you get on this path?
When I was younger, I got strep throat every year.
Really?
Every year. So like it was basically a ritual for me to go get a tetanus shot somewhere.
Wow.
And I used to choose where I wanted the tetanus shot. If you get it on your behind, you can't walk for a while.
Oh my
You get
God.
it in your arm, you can't reach and touch nothing.
Yeah.
And I always want to hit you in the right arm, so that's the only one you really
Right,
use.
right.
It's like, I don't know where to get this shot.
Okay.
And so I got really big on athleticism.
Okay.
I wanted to play college sports. I wanted to be able to be competitive, basically, in whatever I did.
Right.
And I started researching. And the first thing I found was there are steroids being placed in animals because they make money by the pound.
Right. Right.
So the bigger the animal is, the more money you make.
Absolutely.
And then someone said to me, you always have a mentor that comes in and say, hey, you need to get your thing together because look at what's going on.
Right.
And he would show me how these people, once they get around 34, 35, start gaining weight. Most of the society.
Yes.
And he said, well, if you look at it, a cow is an animal that can be a ton or more. It's a big animal.
Right.
So if you drink the cow's milk, the genetics of the
Come on, somebody.
amino acids in
Come
the
on.
cow is to make you a
Come on.
ton.
Come on now.
And so if I'm placing steroids in my body from the meat and I'm drinking the fluid of an animal that's going to take me away from being speedy, to have the speed I need, to the endurance I need.
Wow.
And I needed to look in another direction.
Yeah.
And then I tasted almond milk and it didn't taste that different. I
Right.
tasted coconut milk, it didn't taste that different.
Yeah.
And I just said, well, I can do this. It's a substitute. I
Yeah.
just start here.
Right.
And it started being slow progress and changes. I went just like everybody else. I went from eating a whole Happy Meal to just eating the French fries.
Yeah.
Then I stopped going.
Yeah.
And as it increased, I started increasing my knowledge and my exposure and doing stuff for the community, and it just took off from there.
So how long you been vegan, right?
9 years.
9 years.
Yeah, but I'm 37 years old.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, yeah, right. You don't look nowhere near 30. Because every time I look at you, I'm like, oh, this guy, he's a young man. He looks like he's like 24, 25, 37 years old. Wow. 9 years. I'm in the game. I was telling Jamel in the parking lot that I have given up meat. I haven't had meat since September. He's excited about that. yeah. That's I'm gone public. Yeah, it's a quiet thing. I do things kind of quietly and privately. Just because it just hit me one day. Because I've heard other people do it, but I wasn't ready for it, right? Just the smell of it, the taste of it was still very attractive. And then I went to a herbal store, and I've been going to that guy for like years, and I was just complaining about my face was breaking out. I've always had really clear skin, and now that I'm an adult, I'm dealing with adult acne. Like, what? Come on, wrong? Really? Like at 50, like I've never had this problem before. So I was really starting to look, and I was like, these are things that are like not going away. And I'm trying to do everything else, and it's not going away. And I was like, and he says, it's the meat. It's the meat that you're eating. And just like that, I stopped. We had that conversation on a Saturday, and I stopped on a Monday. And that was like September 18th.
Look at your skin.
Right, it's popping. So now, thank you, Jamel. Yeah, in conjunction to understanding, and we talked about this too, blood type for me and inflammatory foods, like understanding things, because everybody blood type and DNA is different. Everybody has a different reaction or response to food. So I'm trying to understand, not to browbeat anyone else. That's your thing. So my son still eats meat. When he's at a point that he wants to give it up, he can. But for me, I got to get my life, right? Because now I'm on borrowed time, right? There's no guarantee I'm going to see another 50. Boop. 50 is a big milestone. There's no guarantee I may see another 50. So now I feel like it's time is squeezing in. So while I'm here, I want it to be as healthy as possible, right? So then I tell other people that, my poor colon and the whole inside has been dealing with meat since I was 2. Like, it needs a break. Like, my whole intestinal system is probably just worn out from trying to just, trying to digest and break stuff down. And even though we think we're breaking it down, we're not breaking it down, right? Science has proven and shown us that, right? That things are in our intestines and that kind of thing. So if nothing else, I want to give this side of my 50 an opportunity to just feel refreshed a little bit, just to not work so hard when it comes to dealing with food. That's just for me. So again, I'm hoping that people can take some nuggets of where they can apply it, because the other piece is, because now I'm on this side, right? So now I don't eat meat, but I'm still dealing with weight, right? Right? I'm still dealing with weight,
Exactly.
right?
And I'm glad you said that, Michelle, because that is one of the things that, like you said, is a myth, as you know, for vegan. People think that when they go vegan, they're automatically on what?
Lose
weight. Right.
But there are other things in the vegan, like I said, because you're the one that talks about the food, and because I'm not a vegan, so I stay in my lane. But you have to give you have to say to them, because I do have clients,
Right.
and as a lifestyle and weight management specialist, and I'm glad you said that, is okay, now based on your lifestyle, what you were talking about in terms of food and physical activity.
Right.
Now you're talking about weight loss, and I'm a vegan, and all the time, this was one of those little, I hate to say it, but it was one of those little fun things. I was like, why do you always see kind of overweight vegetarians? You're thinking,
I thought that too.
Yeah,
I thought that too.
So when it's me,
and I'm a vegetarian and I'm overweight.
Exactly.
I'm saying it. Yeah.
Right. And so, but people, because they give meat a bad thing, and so like you were just saying, it's something that you have to come to yourself.
Right.
And it's a slow process, because again, when I tell my clients and I'm working with them, is what works for me is not going to work for you.
Exactly.
You have to do what's best for your body. But we always talk about, remember, health and wellness. So if you are a meat eater, we want you to do that in a healthy way. Find those lean cuts of meats, and slowly, like you said, if you're not going to cut it out, but make good, healthy food choices if you're going to be a meat eater until you decide to go the other route.
And some people may not ever, and so that's fine. And that's fine.
It is
That's not to
completely
bash.
fine.
This is not
at
one is better than the other. It's just trying to provide information for people on whatever side of the fence that you're on. Because we have every dynamic, because we have a vegan, we have a vegetarian, and then we have someone that still eats meat.
Yeah.
So we have every aspect
And
here
I
at the
love
table. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not
Keep
mad.
it real, right? And like you said, and you have to be able to have those conversations.
Yes.
and talk about how do I incorporate what I'm doing as still a meat eater, but like you just said, not to bash. And like, well, you do lifestyle and weight management and healthy. I said, but I know how to make healthy choices, and I have not decided to venture to that side of it yet. But let's kind of talk about, based on your lifestyle, how can we incorporate, like you said, on the plan, because clients come to me because I am in the medical field, so they come to me. And if your goal is to lose weight, I do provide them with an eating plan. And we have meat substitutes on the plan for those clients that do not eat meat, that are vegetarians, that are vegan. Right. Because you need to have those choices and be able to talk about that.
Right.
So don't think that automatically, and I'm sure you can attest to that, is that now that we are vegans, that you're going to automatically just,
No, doesn't happen. Doesn't happen that way. It's a lifestyle change all the way around. I'm glad, Jackie, that you said that you're in the medical field, because for those that can't see us, we are at the table are all people of color, right? So I struggle when I go to the doctor because I feel that those metrics are not necessarily applicable for me. Get me together, Jackie. We're having a conversation. I feel that when I go in there, automatically the doctor says your height is, I'm 5'6", and so I'm supposed to be in a certain weight class. So even though prior to today, when I would go to the doctor, I would feel like I was fine and within the right health or weight class. And he was like, no, you need to lose like another 10, 15 more based on your height. Is that it? I mean, do you find that the clients that you work with have that same struggle as well?
They do.
Okay.
And what we say to that, in terms of the client, you have to look at your body frame. Everybody knows you don't have to have the doctor tell you what is healthy. Okay. Because again, over 40 and fabulous, you're hitting 50, whatever. You're not going to go back to the size you were when you were 20 years old. I mean, just be realistic. I mean, so the older you get, your body can stand to have on a few extra pounds so that you don't look sick. You know what I'm saying? But you want to be at a healthy weight. Gotta be healthy. You don't need the doctor to tell you that. Okay. Now, of course, if you suffer with diabetes and high blood pressure, things like that, if you were to lose, as we know in some clients, depending on how large they are, 10% of your body weight, you can get off these medications. So we start slowly, and get to that process. And you will know without the doctor even telling you what's a healthy weight for you. So I always tell them at the time, I was like, so what was the smallest you were when you were realistic? You're probably not going to go back down there. I mean, that's a real drastic change. You know what I'm saying? If you're 40 years old, back to when you were in your 20s, come on, baby. Let's just be realistic. But we can, if your goal is 80 pounds, I usually say we might be able to do 50. Let's start there. Okay. Because that may not be a healthy weight for you at 40 years old. Okay. Yeah. So in regards to the weight, just managing, a lot of times, again, we talked about at the beginning of the conversation, people do walking. How often should people be moving? That's another thing too, right? We don't make enough time for that. How often should we be moving? How often are you supposed to exercise, Janae? Talking to the mic. At least how many days a week?
I would try to work out 5.
We try to work out 5 days a week, but realistically for most people, as you know, we say 3 times a week and at least a minimum of about 30 minutes a day. Okay. Because one of the things, most people used to think that they had to work out for an hour. And so that's where we incorporate, we talk about time. For my moms, the busy moms, we don't have time for that. Right. So you do want to make sure that you are working out at least a minimum of 3 days a week and at least about 30 minutes a day. But like she just said, you want to do 5 days a week, 30 minutes. That's not hard to be moving. To be moving.
And when we say moving, are we sweating or are we just moving? What are we doing?
And that's where you talk about like if you have your walkers, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You want to, because that walking is keeping your heart healthy and strong. So that's your physical activity. And for most of us, we know we don't do that. And even if I like to talk about our commercial exercises, for our people that sit and that watch TV, I'm like, get up. You can do that during your commercial breaks. That's what we promote, is 10 minutes. You know, some commercials are 3 to 5 minutes, and
Yeah.
you're watching an hour-long program, and now you're getting that, because a lot of times people don't have the time to do that just straightforward, you know, within that 1 hour time. And so if you get up and start moving, just like you said, jogging in place, you're being active.
Now, you mentioned a good thing. I wanted to talk about that. The commercials, the ads, and things that we see are so enticing. Am I bugging out? Do we not see more food commercials at a different part of the day than we do any other time of day? So, for example, like I feel like in the mornings it's more of coffees that are being advertised. Then at night, here comes the pizza and, you know, chicken and pop, you know, like all this stuff that makes you say, man, I'm hungry.
It's not just you.
Is that, am I right? So
Yeah.
is it subliminal messages to kind of put these things in front of us? So how do we combat those things? We turn the TV off, or what? Do we have healthy snacks around? What's our, how do we go against that?
It's willpower, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, you're right, though. When I look at it, I was like, dog, I wasn't even thinking about that until I saw it.
Yeah.
And just having a conversation with my husband last night. He's a personal trainer. Got to give him a shout out.
Right.
But
So this is just a
with the
healthy
game,
family.
right? We're known as Team Madison. We make no excuses in our household.
Yeah.
We are Team Madison, so we're covered all the way around. So yeah, he's a certified
Awesome.
personal trainer. But the game was on, and I'm looking at certain commercials, right, are tailored to come on during that time. And I'm like, what are you laughing at? I was like, oh, okay, those are football commercials, whatever it was.
Right.
But you're absolutely correct. They do seem to time those based on, like you said, if it's morning, whatever. But they do that subliminal messages. Yeah.
It's kind of like when I was studying psychology, we learned about a guy named Pavlo and B.F. Skinner. And so Skinner, he does classical conditioning. And Pavlov's research is what gave Skinner the idea. What Pavlo did was he had all these Doberman pinchers, or maybe Rottweilers, and he would ring a bell before they ate. And so the dogs would start salivating at the mouth because they knew they was getting ready to eat.
Okay.
And so after he had did this for so long and studying it, he decided that he would just ring the bell and not give them any food. And they still would salivate at the mouth because their mind was identifying the bell with food. And so then, no matter what they were doing, they could have been playing, whatever, they're going to go to get the food. So what B.L. Skinner did was created Skinner boxes, the same idea. It's basically that if you give a person a stimulus, such as the smell of food when you walk by, or you look on a commercial and you see
Jamel.
a cute person that's really attractive to you eating something that you probably shouldn't be eating.
Yeah, look at
Then
Janae's laughing.
It helps you. It helps motivate you to run out there and buy that.
Yeah.
And when you bite into it, you get the reinforcement. The reinforcement is the reward of being satisfied by the taste and the flavors and the feel of your stomach. So one of the ways to avoid that is because they do the same thing in the stores. You know, in the aisles, all of your specialty snacks is right there. You can't walk down the aisle without hitting them.
Candy's
And
right
so-
where?
Yeah, it's right,
Right
there.
there.
Children like, I want one of those. I want one of those.
And like, ask
you get two of them.
Janae, you have to ask Michelle. Michelle, ask Janae, what do you get at checkout when we're up there? You find that candy that you like to get.
Peppermint
They
patty.
have that
Peppermint
patty.
patty. I like peppermint.
Right there.
I
Right
like
there.
peppermint
Right
patties
there.
too.
Can I have
Yep.
one of these?
You should have told me I'd have brought some. I like peppermint patties too. And you know, and if nothing else,
Salivating at the
right,
mouth,
salivating. But Janae, you know what? They have less calories than all the other candies that are there, like the M&Ms
Yep.
and the Twix. Because I look and see which is the best
Look, what did you
one
say?
I
I
can
don't
have.
eat Twix.
Right,
She's
she don't
the best
eat 'em.
ones with less calories.
They're less
Yeah.
calories, right? Because I think it's under 100 calories that
Yeah.
peppermint patty,
Exactly.
right? And your breath smells nice after
Right,
you have
got
that.
that cool-
You get that cool when you finish, right? It's that I get it.
Yeah.
High five. I get
Yeah.
it. Right. That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's it is when you were saying when you come in the store, everything when you come in, it's really seasonal, right? So if it's football season, it's all the stuff that you
Yeah.
grill.
Yeah.
If it's Thanksgiving, it's all the stuff that you
Yeah.
do for Thanksgiving. It's very seasonal, conditional, and it's very hard to kind of just because yesterday I was shopping and they had Oreos 2 for $5, like, and I was like, I can't, but I didn't deny Christopher. I said, shouts out to Christopher. I said, go to the aisle, and they have the smaller size for $1. Right, in the cup that you
Right,
can get.
exactly.
So that's your own personal snack. Because if we get those 2 packs, then
Yes.
ooh, was gonna be a problem because I know for me, cookies, sweets is my issue. Not so much the meat, like that wasn't a problem, but the cookies, the sweets, cakes, and that kind of stuff. See, I need you, Jackie, to help me with the weight, with the getting that together.
And here's the thing. What you were just saying, Michelle, because you have, and I'm glad what you said, you don't buy it, right? Because I always say, like in our household, people that come over, you're coming to our house, and if you're looking, I feel bad at sometimes I can offer you some water, some juice, or some milk, so those are things, but you're not going to get the sweets, the sodas, or whatever. And I have the milk, for the kids, like you were talking about. But I mean, it's like I feel at times, I'm just, I don't have anything to offer them but water, but so we don't buy these things because you can't eat them if they're not there.
Right.
But the other side of that is like you said, when you do have children, we have to remember to do these things in moderation.
Right. Yeah.
But what I've known is that it's the same thing for the kids, having them is that if it's not in the house, and Janae was one of the little ones that, how many kids do you know like to eat salad, like tomatoes, like vegetables?
Not many.
Not many.
Mm-hmm.
But because that's what we had in the house and that's what she was used to, is that she loves it. Like, Mom, I eat some of your salad. I'm like, really? It's like, dog, Dad, is there anything she doesn't? I'm like, I can't eat my food by myself because she likes to eat salad. She loves tomatoes.
That's all she's been exposed to.
She's been exposed to that. And so, but when you were just talking about to help you, it is a mind thing and it's willpower. And then once you decide in your mind what you want to do, is just, did you think you'd be able to come off of meat in what?
Like a day or so?
A
No.
day?
Yeah,
you
no.
saw the man win?
Yeah.
Saturday?
Yeah,
Who does that?
No, I was at the point, and I'm going to
You were
get
there.
to the point with the sweets too.
When
because,
you make it up in your mind, you can do it. Anything that you want to do, but you have to. It starts here. It starts in your mind, and once you decide, your body will just do the rest.
Yeah, because I want to take it back just 1 second, Jackie, because you were saying, and it's valid points, because we are getting older, and we are not expected to be the same size that we were when we were in our 20s and 30s or whatever. But you see, though, on social media, I'm going to talk about social media.
Right.
There are women, African American women, that look as good as their daughters, physically fit. And then you have these seasoned women that are in their 70s that are doing bodybuilding and that type of thing. And not for nothing, their bodies do not look over the top. It looks like it's well proportioned. They're doing the right diet, the right training. So then it's like, then you look at these images and then you say, you know what? I could, if they can do it, what's really stopping me from obtaining that same lifestyle? Is that crazy to want to shoot for that, or
No,
or no?
it's not, because you said, what's stopping me? What is stopping you is you stopping you.
My own worst
And I just
enemy.
said a minute ago, it starts in your mind.
Yes.
So I had a client, young lady I went to high school with, and like you said, I loved when we were talking about social media. And she wasn't a client. But I say a client because they start to follow you on social media. So we put our information out, what we're doing. And I talk about my lifestyle and weight management. And I never coached her, but all I did was put what I was doing out there. So she saw me being physically fit and active, incorporating my daughter. And I got the best testimonial ever. I think it was in January. And I guess she kept watching me posting what I'm doing. And she sent me a message, she's congratulating, because we went to high school together. I'm over 40 and fabulous, so I don't have a problem saying that.
Fabulous. I want to emphasize on the fabulous, Jackie.
Yeah. But something she said to me, Michelle, and it just resonated, and I was like, okay, people are paying attention. She said, I saw your posts. I have been watching you and following you. And she said, and then something quickened inside of me that made me realize you weren't doing anything that I could not do.
Come on now. Yeah.
And I was like, wow. And then she started on her own, exercising, changing her eating habits. And she went on and she lost 30 pounds.
Awesome.
Because we can't lose the weight for anybody.
Right.
I'm just here to motivate and inspire you. But you have to do the work. So there's nothing wrong with what you just said, because that's what it's out there for, to motivate you, inspire you by looking at other people, right? Isn't that what we do?
Yes.
That's what we do for the moms, and we tell them to do what?
Work out.
Exactly. And when they see us, and they're like, oh, I see this little girl. Because I will be honest with you. Who's my accountability partner, Janae?
Me?
Exactly, you are. There are days when I walk in the house and I do not feel like working out. And then what do you say?
I want to work out.
She wants to work out. And I'm dog tired. I've been at work all day and I'm like, but I don't feel like working out today.
So cute.
Mommy wasn't working out today. What do you say? What do you tell me? But what? But you want to do it, right?
Yes.
And then I'm like, okay, if you really want to do it. And then I get motivated and I get inspired by her because she wants to do it. And I'll go upstairs and I'll put my sneakers on. I'll change my clothes and we work out together.
We're going to take a little break. That's awesome. We're going to take a little break. And when we come back, we're going to talk more about the tools, right? We talked about all of the opportunities and challenges, if you will. But I want to talk more about, as a normal average consumer, I may not be able to get to your class, but what can I do at home to change the things that I eat at home, how I prepare them? I want to talk more about how do I stay mobile, right? I'm in my car a lot, maybe 2 to 3 hours with the traffic. I'm at a desk. What are some of the things that I need to be doing to stay moving, staying active? So we're going to talk about tools when we come back in a few. Thanks.
The biggest station in the world, playing all of today's hits. You're listening to Instinct Radio.
Real Chicks Rock.
The biggest station in the world, playing all of today's hits. You're listening to Instinct Radio.
And welcome back to RCR Presents Real Discussions. I'm your host for today, Shell Dosberg. This is part 2 of Health and Wellness. We got down in the green room break.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're going to share all that get down
Was
with
it
you.
real discussion?
Yeah, it was real discussions. And we're going to share all that get down with you guys on it. And we're going to just bring it right in. So Jackie was like, what is, and Michelle, you just need to ask this question. I'm like, yes, Jackie, I am. The question is, what is the difference between vegan and being a vegetarian? Because I said in segment 1 that I have not eaten meat, right? And to me, meat is cow, turkey, chicken, beef. I haven't eaten that since September, but I do eat fish. So that creates like a confusion because some people consider fish as a meat still. So that would snatch away my title of calling myself a vegetarian because I still eat a form of a meat, which is fish, right? So I got the chef here to my left, the vegan chef. Help us understand vegan versus vegetarian. What does that mean?
Okay, so first, I'm gonna start with vegetarianism and pescatarianism. So pescatarianism is where you would eat fish and then supplement that with basically vegetables.
Okay.
Vegetarian is someone who still eats dairy. So they would eat cheese.
Yes.
They would eat pizza. They would eat macaroni and cheese. But they wouldn't eat flesh.
Okay.
I want to use the word flesh because if you use the word meat, then technically chicken is not meat.
Okay.
It's poultry.
All right, now help us. Some of us are ignorant here on the talking on the mic right here.
It's the flesh of a bean.
Yes.
And so anything that has flesh in it, a vegan would not eat it. All right? Or if it's the byproduct of flesh.
Okay.
So let's give you a vegan. Vegan is very strict. Diet.
Yes.
Is literally animal free.
Animal free. So no milk from an animal?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing
No.
from an animal. So
Nothing.
for example, let's say we're gonna go back to McDonald's right now.
Right. Yeah, let's go.
We ain't
Okay, no
bashing.
bashing.
All right, we're gonna go to McDonald's. So we go to McDonald's and we get our French fries and we put ketchup on them.
Right.
And you put that ketchup on those French fries, you're no longer vegan.
Really? From a
No
cat?
longer vegan.
Why? The ketchup, isn't it from the
What
tomato?
happens is ketchup, especially like Heinz and Hunt's and all these ketchups, they're made with beef broth. So they take beef
Wow, that's why
broth.
people
This is
live
where the
by
flavor-
it.
This is where the flavor comes from.
Somebody
Where
get
you
us
get your
free.
flavor.
I know some people that put ketchup on every single solitary meal,
That's
and
why
I'm
I
like,
wanted you to
why
have
do
him
you
address
do that?
this
I'm like,
because, yes.
So
meat broth in the wow.
For the vegan, the vegan is one that's gonna say, I've even heard people that's vegan that go as far as they won't use honey because they feel that the honey is the byproduct of an animal or a
of
being
the bee,
which
the
has
bee.
flesh.
Yes.
So then it's flesh free. So they wouldn't even
Wow,
eat honey.
honey.
That's a little big for me because I
Right.
believe in the enzymes in honey, especially.
Okay,
It's like 200
okay.
300 different probiotics in honey alone.
Wow.
That's very good for your body. It said before that honey is really a cure for a lot of ailments, and if you do
Wow.
your research on what doctors are really using, a lot of times when their antibiotics are resistant, have these resistant bugs or staph in people's like say your thighs being ate by a staph, they're putting honey on that and it's curing it. And if the honey has all of those enzymes. But a lot of people that's vegan, they'll even say that you shouldn't eat honey. But a vegetarian, on the other hand, like I said, is one that is able to eat dairy. They just won't eat the flesh of the animal.
Okay.
They will eat the byproduct.
Okay, so I'm not all the way vegetarian because I'm gonna get with the fish. I'm gonna get with them.
That's more
I'm gonna get with them. I'm
That's
pescatarian.
pescatarian, but
Hello.
I think vegetarians do eat fish. I think you still can
Okay.
say vegetarian,
Okay.
but I eat fish.
Okay.
Put that misnomer.
And what I do is I don't even mess with the titles. I just say I haven't had beef,
Right.
turkey, or
Yeah.
chicken.
And
I
that's the best thing to do.
I just keep
That's
it
the
that
best
way
thing to
because I
do.
feel like I'm trying to pop a collar when I say, yo, I'm vegetarian. I really don't.
Yeah.
I ain't really 100%. If I don't know all the attributes and the degrees of it,
Correct.
I just know that just eliminating, how about this, certain food groups for me has helped. But then on the other side of that, hello, somebody, the body goes through some changes, right? So now I'm in that 50 club. Hello. So the body's already going through changes because I'm a woman and I'm 50. And then I've taken out certain food groups out of my diet. So now Jay and I were talking about how my body might be going through some changes, inflammation and things of that nature. So how does one typically combat a form of inflammation? Is it through the enzymes or certain groups or foods that have enzymes that we need? Help me.
Yeah. So that's really complex because
Ooh.
from a food standpoint, because we have environmental factors as well. For example, tetraethylene.
That sounds like gas.
It's something that they put in gas. So it's a lead. And so what they do is they put this lead in there to make that engine run smooth and
Right.
not knock.
Okay.
Because as you when you're dealing with gas, it has some combustion issues that cause it. They can mess your engine
Yeah,
up.
yes.
And so they put this lead in there. So that's why we see unleaded on the gas.
Okay.
And so this lead is hazardous to the body. So just getting the lead in there in your body will make your immune system take off
Okay.
and create inflammation.
All right.
But let's just stick with the inflammation based off of food.
Yes.
All right. Linus Pauling, he said that if you eat 50% raw food and 50% cooked food on your plate, whatever plate you look at,
Yes.
my plate is a great example. My plate means every time I look at my plate, what should I see?
Okay.
And I should see certain groups. I should see carbohydrates, should see protein, should see fruits, I should see lipids or whatever,
Right.
however you look at it. All right, but what he said is if 50% of the meal that you cooked on your plate is cooked, your body is going to attack that meal because it feels like you're being invaded and it creates inflammation. So it's saying that majority of your meal should be raw. It should
Really?
be like a salad or
Okay.
guacamole,
Okay.
pico de gallo, stuff that you can get real creative.
All
with
right,
how you
all
put
right,
vegetables
all right.
together.
All right.
But the majority of that plate should be that. If you do that, if you do like a 70% raw, 30% cooked with every meal, regardless if it's a fish or if it's cooked vegetables,
Right.
even if it's all vegetables, your body will respond by eliminating those inflammatory
Come on, sir.
reactions. Now let me speak a little bit about where these inflammatory actions can come from. All right. Outside of being exposed to all of the bacteria that we're exposed to around in our environment,
Right.
and putting that in our body, and then our immune system respond and create inflammation. Outside of that, what happens is we'll go to the store and we'll buy those Oreos,
Picking
We
on the
wanna look on the
Oreos.
back of 'em.
I shouldn't have brought up the
We want to look on
Oreos.
the back of the pack, you know.
I
And
love them.
when we look on the back of the pack,
Yes.
we find MSG, monosodium glutamate.
Right.
We find TBHQ. TBHQ was shown to make lab rats obese. Rats are never obese. You can do all these shots and stuff. The rat never gains weight.
Okay.
The thing that makes them gain weight, TBHQ. And then high fructose corn syrup. So you're going to see this in 90% of your sodas, your processed snacks,
Right,
all
right,
this stuff.
right.
These are hormone blockers, and your immune system is going to respond by creating inflammation. It's your own immune system that's attacking you and creating the problem for you because of your decisions or what you put into
Bad choices.
Right.
Michelle, you're a bad girl. You choosing some bad. My body is fighting. It's like good versus evil in my body.
Let me ask you a question. Do you use 93 octane gas or you use regular gas?
I use 80, 89. What's
Okay,
that? Yeah,
89.
yeah. I'm in the middle.
All right. So let's say if you went to one of these offshoot gas stations, not even Exxon, or
Right,
something,
right.
would you put 83 in your tank,
No.
knowing they probably put water in it?
Yeah, no, I don't mess with it. I don't even go to the off the beaten path gas stations.
Why not?
Because I am trying to mess with that.
Well, it happens.
You mess my car up.
So why would you put?
I
stuff
see
in
you.
your
I
tank?
see you. I see you. You coming
Brought
through
it back
real
that
clear.
way.
Yeah, I see you.
Okay.
Jay, you ain't got to beat me up that bad. But that's for the people. Yeah, beat me up for the people so that they can understand and get free. Because that's what we want them to do, right? Because it's about health and wellness. So beat me up all day. Yes. Yes, I don't do meat. Right, that's a choice. But I do like cookies, and I didn't buy those doggone Oreos, and I'm glad that I didn't. And yes, there's a war going on in my body because of the decisions of food groups that I eat for my body. So we want people to understand this is an individual thing, right? So even though the information is, and this is what Jay was enlightening me about during the break, even though the information is presented to help the masses, like quantify large groups of people in those things, I think the freedom is we're still individuals, and we still have to find the right things that work for us and our bodies as individuals, right? So those are just guidelines to kind of to get us in the right frame of mind, but we don't need to box ourselves in that too much if it's not working.
Exactly.
Right? So we can adapt and adjust. Now I'm going to talk to Janae. Janae. Hi, Janae. Hi. Tell me why you like to exercise.
It's because it's fun.
It's fun. Why is it fun? Because you jump rope?
Jump, and I skip, and I hop, and I run.
You
So
have,
what are the workouts we do, Janae? What are the workouts we do? Because you don't just do jump, skip, hops, and work out. Now, come on, tell everybody why it's fun for you. Because that skip, jump, and hop, you got to be outside to do that. And it's too cold, and we work out at home. So what are some of the workouts that we do?
Jumping jacks,
Okay. What are some of the other ones we do?
ski jumps,
Ski jumps.
mountain climbers.
She knows. We
Ooh.
do some workouts. We do
She
workouts.
said mountain climbers.
Now, how do we make it fun? What is this thing that you jump on so we can kind of incorporate and make it fun?
A trampoline.
Exactly, our trampoline. So yeah, so she's telling the kids what they can do, but we do more than this skip, hop, and jump. Yeah, we skip, hop, and jump in the gym.
In the gym.
That's what we
And
do.
the gym.
Okay.
That's right.
So you guys have found a gym that allows children to come and work out with you. Is that how that works out?
No, where do we
No.
work out?
Where we at home? We're at home?
At home.
That's right.
Okay.
We work out
At
at home.
home in the basement in
That's
the
right.
gym.
In the
We
basement.
work out at home in our home gym. So because like you were just saying, a lot of times the busy moms, they don't have time to go anywhere else. You know, we're busy. We do piano, we do swimming, you know, you got dance.
Ballet.
Yes. So exactly right. So when are you going to have time to go to the gym? So we don't make excuses. We make it what?
Fun.
And we incorporate what type of words do we incorporate?
Family, fun, fitness, and fellowship.
That's right. We have our fun F words. And what are those fun F words again, Janae?
Say it, Janae.
Fun, family, fitness, and fellowship.
That's right. It's family, fun, fitness, and fellowship. So those are our fun F words. We don't make excuses. We just take a timeout, and our timeout is for what?
Fitness.
For fitness. That's right.
So do you guys do it in the morning or at when you come home from work and school?
When do we
When
work
we
out?
come home from work and school.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
So do we
Yes.
do our homework first, or do we get right into the fitness part when we get home? What do we do when we get home?
We take off our clothes and work out.
Okay, so we
Right.
get the workout in first. And Mom, that's about 30 minutes every day?
Yeah, it's about 30 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do homework at school.
You do. You seem, I'm not surprised, Janae. So you get that out of the way. So then you could come home and have the family fit fun fellowship, right?
Yes.
Did I
That's
say?
it. You said
Come on now. Come through, Michelle. I'm listening. Yeah. So then we have fun. So then after we work out, what do we do? Then we shower, we wash up. Do we help Mommy prepare food for the day? Do we do dinner? We help Mommy with dinner or no?
No.
No? Okay. What do we typically have to eat when we're home with Mom and Dad?
So,
Well, you were saying it's salad.
You said a
same thing.
salad.
Exactly.
chips?
You have chips? Are they good chips,
We
like an
don't have
apple chips?
with mom and dad.
Yes, we do.
That's when you do your little snack. But she's saying for dinner.
For dinner, what do we
Those are
have
just
for
little-
dinner? We have a salad. What else do we have?
We have.
You forget?
Yes, I
It's okay.
forgot.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
It's okay.
It's all right.
Yeah. But, one of the things that we talk about in terms of food is that you want to do healthy choices for your kids.
Right.
And you find the things that they like to eat. And if you start to introduce it to them early, then they don't make excuses for not wanting, like you were talking about, eating tomatoes and things like that. And one of the things, my husband, being a personal trainer, we have a son. His name is Dante. So we have to give Dante a shout
Hi,
out.
Dante.
Is that he has him making those shakes,
Awesome.
the healthy protein shakes, things like that. So you incorporate that, and they add the bananas, the fruits, and all of that in there. Yes,
I made a shake before.
yes, you did.
Okay.
Yeah. So we start
A
to do that.
strawberry shake.
Yeah. And so if you start modeling those behaviors for your children, this is something that they'll want to do, which is where the physical activity came in for Janae and I, is that I modeled that behavior. And it's something that now she's my little accountability partner. When I don't feel like doing it, she says she wants to do it because I make it what?
Fun.
Exactly. I make it fun.
Mommy makes it fun. So, Mom, let me ask you this, Jackie.
Yeah.
Because you are in the area and the profession of helping people with weight management, even though you guys eat the right food choices for your kids, are those controlled portions, or if they want more, they can have as much of that as they want? How does that go for
No,
them?
they're completely controlled portions. Like you said, we do have the snack bags.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'm glad you said that because she is a kid. She does want to eat chips. And, you have to be realistic.
Right.
Like you said, you have to be realistic when you have children. And so we were talking about, less of and more of this. And then you portion out just like for yourself or myself. If I
Right.
feel like I need to have that Oreo cookie, whatever, then we have our little snack bags. And I tell my clients all the time, we start small. And so we portion it. I was like, doesn't mean you have to have the whole bag of chips, because I'll be honest with you, I love chips. That's one of my weaknesses,
Yeah.
But then I'll have my little snack bag, and then I just have a portion or usually a handful just to taste it. You just want
Right.
the
Sometimes
taste.
it's the taste.
It's just the taste.
It's just the
And I'll get
taste.
2 or 3, and I'm
Taste.
good.
And you get
Right, because it starts here. It's
Yes.
not something you have to have.
Have.
It's something that you want. And then you start small and you don't miss it.
Now, Jamel, do you find that once we change what we eat, our sicknesses tend to leave? Like, do you find that now that you're a vegan and you've seen other people not necessarily take on the vegan lifestyle, but just kind of alter what they eat, have you seen like improvements in our health as people of color?
Definitely.
Okay.
So I have a degree in bioscience.
Come on, bro. I know you
And,
do.
That science that and that science is really about understanding the genome, like the basic structure of the cell, and seeing what's happening and see how it mutates or if it works the proper way. And so what we've learned is that by eating correctly, it strengthens your system.
Okay.
And let's just look at one of the scariest diseases out there, AIDS.
Yes.
AIDS is an autoimmune deficiency. That means that your immune system needs something.
Right.
And what it needs is it needs methionine and lysine and all of these amino acids, and it needs minerals like iron and zinc and cobalt, and it needs vitamins, nutrients,
Right.
Vitamin B12. And so when you make those shakes, and for example, you take some papaya apple juice, you get some pectin out of apple juice, put a plantain in there, and add you a probiotic. Then what you just did is you just gave your immune system a super boost, and it's allowing that immune system to fight for you as opposed to be useless.
Right.
And so, you see that as well as antioxidants. Antioxidants is a conversation that I would like people to think about. Like every time you eat, you want to have antioxidants in your food. And antioxidants, I don't want to say the scientific names. I guess what you could use for antioxidants would be chia seeds or hemp seeds. You can use, like I was saying, papaya seeds. These are really the seeds are the way to go.
Really?
Sprouting seeds are the way to go. So you take like broccoli and you sprout those seeds, it's the highest glutathione on earth, and glutathione is your number one antioxidant.
Really?
So it's not to say that that's the best antioxidant on earth, but glutathione is really important. And so it's like when you get those antioxidants, then those antioxidants pull out of your body all of that excess chlorine and fluorine when you get from showering, or that excess chemicals that you get in these hair products like parabens, where you want to, put stuff on your hair.
Yeah.
And so that stuff has to come out of the body because they're actually chemicals, and they're human engineered chemicals as opposed to nature engineered
I got
chemicals.
you.
And so, food definitely has an affecting role on health. And usually when you balance your diet, regardless, it's not based off of eating meat or not eating meat. It's based off of getting these food groups that we're talking about.
I heard that. That's the key right there.
Completely agree, because again, being in for physical activity, as you know it, you can tell the foods that your body eats that slows you down and make you feel sluggish. And why you want things that are going to give you energy, because I know you're saying you were doing with athletics. I think is that's how you started getting to what you, started studying the food groups and things like that. But I always tell my clients all the time, I said, it's certain foods that you eat, your body reacts to the certain foods that you eat. So it's the combination of the foods, because we talk about that. Especially in terms of weight loss, it's the combination of the foods that you eat that make the diet plan work.
Right.
If your goal is to lose weight. And I always tell them to be mindful of the things that you put into your body, because you can tell. Because just like you said, when I said I love chips, like, if I'm a saltaholic or whatever, I want the taste. But when I eat it, it just feels like something in here.
Yeah.
Like you really can tell. And I was like, I feel bad. I don't
feel
know why I
bad
ate
now.
that. Haven't you felt that with certain foods you eat?
certain
You be like,
foods.
it was good while you would taste, while you had
taste
it.
it.
You know what? And I always like to use this. What is is one of those things that said flavor is what? It's short lived.
Yeah.
But everything else is a lifetime. So you have to be mindful of, do I want that short term effect, or do I want the long term effect by changing my eating habits so I can feel good all the time?
Absolutely.
Because you can tell when you put in things in your body
That
that
you're not supposed to.
it shouldn't have or doesn't agree with you.
Absolutely. There's a big sensation since the last time I had you on the show, Jamel. There's been, at least my awareness about mineral waters. Just the fact that people are moving away. People are drinking water, but now they're gravitating to alkaline waters or waters that have some kind of... Talk to me a little bit about that. That's a pro, is it not, that we do that?
Yeah, so it's both. It can be a pro, it can be a con.
Okay, give me the con first. Give me the bad news first, because I'm the Oreo, I'm the Oreo girl. You know what I'm saying? I didn't buy them, but come on, help me, bro. I'm not even gonna look at you. Tell me, Jay. Tell me something good. Tell me the con first.
So first off, when you eat say apple,
that's not an Oreo.
You're gonna get iron. These are minerals.
Yes.
You're gonna get, and then literally minerals are metals.
Yes.
Just say metals.
Okay.
These metals.
Okay.
Right? But they're synthesized by going through the apple. So our body can chelate them.
that means that when we eat it, our body can accept it
Okay.
and use it.
All right.
Chelation is a binding.
All right.
It binds.
Okay.
Now,
All
when
right.
you drink that mineral water, it's real minerals.
Mm.
It's like it's almost like they take a chain and cut that chain up into small colloidal particles and give it to you. Your body's not gonna accept that.
Really?
You're gonna urinate it right back out. And this is the way that doctors test the ability for you to absorb the medicine that they give you is by how much of the medicine comes back out. It's not gonna stay in you.
That's right. The
And
first
they
thing you
want
do is you gotta give them a sample.
Yeah.
First thing you got,
The first
right?
thing you're gonna
The
do,
first thing you
give
do
them
is
a
you gotta
sample.
get. Oh
And so they're gonna
my
pull that
goodness.
whole pill
Here
back
we
out
go.
of your urine.
Here we go.
And it's gonna still be intact as a pill, and your body ain't getting none of it. But you did get like a what they call a placebo effect because you feel like because you drunk that pill, you feel better. So you feel better, but your body ain't doing better.
Oh my goodness.
Another negative component. Another negative component is alkaline water. All right, so when you start getting alkaline water, you have to understand that it's hydrochloric acid in your stomach. It's acid. It's not alkaline. They're two different spectrums. The one is over here, the other one is over here. And so if you put those two together, you're going to create a reaction. And that reaction is going to block your food from being digested. So if you drink a heavy alkaline water like pH of 10.5, 10.8, and you drink that before you eat a meal, an hour before you eat a meal, you won't digest that meal.
Really?
It will go straight through because
Okay.
you just mitigated your stomach acids.
Man.
All right. So then, on the other side of that, other parts of your body needs to be alkaline. Like your colon is alkaline. So you don't need too many Coca-Colas and stuff in your body because you're gonna have an acidic colon. You're probably gonna end up with some problems down there. All right. So we don't want to be too alkaline and we don't want to be too acidic. But as far as being able to give your body energy, being able to give your body hydration, being able to give your body like the tools it needs to fight bacteria, alkaline is definitely the way.
Okay, there was a positive. All right. I was waiting on a positive.
Now we're here to the positive.
Okay,
right?
yes. Help
so
me.
So on a positive level, as long as you're not eating your food, you want to keep pouring that hydrogen into your body.
Okay.
Why? Because that hydrogen is going to separate from the water. It's going to make a high aldehyde. And it's going to make hydrogen bonds. And those hydrogen bonds are mandatory for every function in the body. The Krebs cycle is basically pulling hydrogen bonded to sugar and phosphorus and nitrogen.
Wow.
That's your whole Krebs. That's your whole anatomy. And basically everything that you look at, those are your proteins. So we get to see the outer shell of proteins, and inside is all of this nitrogen and gases and sulfur, and you definitely need that alkaline water for that. And those minerals, like I told you earlier, are the catalyst to make things happen. For example, if you don't have iron, you can't build hemoglobin. You end up with sickle cell or high blood pressure or diabetes or something of that nature. So those minerals are important, but you don't get the minerals from drinking the water as good as you get it from eating the fruit. In the meantime, until you're eating more fruit and you choose the fruit over the Oreos, drink that mineral water because you'll get something.
I am choosing more fruit. It was a moment of weakness and I passed it by. I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't have any. Come check my house. I don't have any cookies in my house. I don't have any potato chips.
Janae
I
says she
don't-
loves fruit. So what,
Yeah,
what's some of the fruits
fruits.
you love? You know,
Peach,
Peaches are
Yes.
good.
What is our favorite?
fruit,
What's the favorite fruit that we get that we cut up and and put in?
strawberries,
Yeah.
Strawberry.
What are the other ones?
blackberry.
Yes. we love
Strawberries,
those.
blackberries, and peaches. You like bananas too?
Kind of.
Kinda.
We don't eat a whole lot of it. We love a lot of berries. So she loves berries.
And berries are good. They have antioxidants.
Yeah, berries are your antioxidants. A little cleaning rule. Most of your berries are going to be, I'm not going to say they're nightshades,
Right.
but there's another word for them. It's similar to nightshades, meaning that always get organic. As long as you get
Yes.
organic,
Yes.
you should be okay. But if you get the berries that's in the store now, it's so many pesticides and herbicides, and like I was saying in the show before, atrazine is the number one cause for the imbalancing estrogen for women ending up having all these problems with cramping and fibroids is all based off of that atrazine. And you eating them strawberries out of the store that had pesticides put on them is definitely a bundle of atrazine because the fruit sits on the ground all the time.
And here he's going back to what we just said. Your body reacts to what? The foods that you eat. So when you start trying to find out what's going on, and you can tell when you're putting things into your body that's affecting the way you feel.
How do we know things are really organic?
Well, basically, that's where you don't go by, I don't think, organic. Your determination is off of companies. Real people research companies. I'll go down there. I'll go sit on the
My
farm.
man said real people research companies. Ooh. And you dead serious, doc. I'm calling you doctor. I'm not calling you Chef
He
Jamel
is,
anymore.
he's
You're
serious.
Dr. Jamel. So, doctor, you go and you research the companies
Yeah, you
to see if they're
definitely-
really doing organic.
where they're bringing it from, what's their processing,
Right, the
what
whole thing.
techniques, everything. You
He's
wanna
a diehard. These are your diehard
Yeah.
organics. But if you're not, of course, you have to trust the labels
Label that's in the
that they
store.
put on the foods and go to places like, I'm sure you could probably agree, like
Whole
you said, we're
Food.
not promoting anybody in particular,
Yeah.
but places like the Whole Foods or the markets
Yeah.
that actually have the organic.
Local
'cause that's what
grown
they
things.
focus
Do we
on.
want to
Yeah.
kind of support local
And that's
grown?
what I was going to say, local
Yeah.
grown. So you want to go to the farmers markets
Yeah.
here in Atlanta because then you can look a person in the eye and say, what are you doing with this food?
Yeah.
You get a better feel. You know what I mean? But, you know, you
You can shake them down on the food. Come on, bro. You say your stuff is organic. It's not organic.
Right.
I seen you spray that stuff with some pesticides on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the last thing I say about that is I don't want people to think that they have to go get organic. If you're going to get organic, it's going to be stuff that's like, for me, it's more like nightshades. Like if it's something that I know if it's pesticides on it, it's going to harm me,
Right,
then I'll
right.
get the organic
Right.
and trust in the label. But it's more local grown. That's the
Okay.
better version of food because we got farmers down there in Cardell, and a lot of them are African American owned farms, and they've been around for a long time. Some of the Nation of Islam people got a lot of farms down there. That's a lot of the food we get. It's a lot of watermelon. We can see the watermelon on the side of the road. That's where it's all coming from. And so these farms been around for years and years, and those people have less health problems than we do in the city. And it's mostly because we're exposed to more toxins and environmental, and we're more restaurant eating people as
Yeah,
opposed
we
to
are.
eating
At
off
home.
the farm.
Yeah.
It's not farm to table, it's restaurant to table or Kroger's to table.
You right. You right. Don't shame us so bad. You know, Jackie said we busy. We busy lifestyles. We trying to do it. You know what I'm saying? We doing the best that we can.
Yeah.
Now I feel books in the air. Are you guys thinking about writing a book to help moms and daughters or families, have family fitness and fellowship together?
No.
Jay said no.
She likes the honesty. So we're not writing a book, but we do have
Workshops or
Well,
right. So what do we have where they can see us and watch us and do those things? On what's the channel? We have our son.
Yes.
He's grooming to be an animator.
Okay.
And so what do we have him working on for us, Janae?
a Mommy and Me show.
And what type of Mommy and Me show is it? So we're looking at our animation.
Animation show.
Right, for Jackie and
Okay.
JJ. And then you'll be able to
Nice.
follow us and see us on YouTube to be able to inspire
Nice.
moms and kids to say, okay, and we're making it fun.
Well, are we
Nice.
going to be on TV?
Okay, I see that too.
Yeah.
We can be on TV. So
Being in
we can
schools.
pitch our animation show to be on
Yes.
TV.
Yes.
But how are we going to put it on TV?
Well, we can start here. Look, right there. That's
See, that's it. You're on TV now. Hi. Oh, that's the shade on the eye. Janae is adorable.
Yeah. So that's how. So they can keep up with us there, and that's one of the things. So that the moms can see it. So by having a YouTube channel, you'll be able to watch us and see what we're
Yes.
doing. Yeah.
Yeah, I see you guys at schools, killing them at the PTA meetings because that's where parents are there with their
Right.
kids and just kind of letting them know, just knowing that it's in their midst. Because a lot of times people need to see living examples
Correct.
to
Yes.
know that, oh man, I can do this too. I didn't think about that. Honey, we need to fix the basement to really like give people some options, right, Janae?
And when it's warm, like you said, we have where we've made our videos when we go outside. What do we do when we go outside when it's warm?
We go outside and
What's one of the fun activities we did outside when it was warm? One of our videos in the backyard.
I played on the slide.
And then what else did we have that you like to do?
Swing on the swing.
Right, so we were on the swing together. So we were doing movements. And then you, Mommy, and Daddy, we were in the front, and we started to do what when we were outside together?
Go up the hill to the park.
Right, so there's a park, and then we did what? We raced?
We raced there.
Yeah, so we raced, yeah. And so we make it fun when it's warm outside, and it's a family thing. And like she said, we went to the park. And we went to the park. One of our videos was, I told Janae to show
And
them.
we made a video.
Right, we made a video.
Park.
And what was one of the moves you did when you made that, when we went to the park? What was your workout? You had me holding your feet. What was the workout? When I held your feet. And you did what?
Sit up.
Exactly. She did one of her great moves. She was like, somebody hold my feet. And she started doing sit-ups. So these were some of the things that she remembered we did at home, and we did it at the park, and we made it fun.
Janae,
We
what
do sit-ups at home.
Yeah.
you can do sit-ups anywhere. That's the great thing about sit-ups. Janae, what grade are you in?
Kindergarten.
You're in kindergarten. Awesome. So the health and wellness can begin at any age as early as kindergarten.
Exactly.
So that's the blessing there.
So in order for you guys to see Janae in action,
Pre-K.
yeah. So for them to see you in action, where are they going to go? Because they can see some of your fun videos and fitness moves.
On
What, Instagram? Where? Or you want to look at the card?
Instagram.
Speak into the mic.
Instagram.
What's the other one? What's that F word right there?
Facebook.
Right. So say the other one.
Instagram, Facebook,
And what's the other one?
Twitter,
And Twitter.
and YouTube.
That's right. So you can
Awesome.
follow us on all of these handles here, and we'll leave that for your viewers. But I like I said, if you go to our YouTube channel, it's Glamour Girl Fitness Mommy and Me. You can actually see some of our little fun moves for parents to watch us. And Janae really takes it serious when she's in her workout move.
Yeah.
Look, you know what? When you gonna show her a quick workout move, sitting in the chair?
Yes.
Okay,
Show me
go ahead.
something.
Sit back. Show her something you do. Go ahead. All right. Everybody's watching. That's right. Turn around so they can see you.
You touching those toes?
Say yes.
All
We're
right.
touching our toes.
Everybody can't touch their toes, so that's a huge accomplishment. I mean, you making it look easy, but everybody can't touch those 10 little toes. Thank you, Janae, for showing us that. So those are things that people can incorporate when they're sitting down. Especially when they're sitting down all day, they can just stretch out, just move.
Because she remembered you saying being in the car and you're sitting a lot. Some of the
sitting a
things
lot.
that you can do.
Yes, little people count. Everybody can be moving and staying active. That's great.
That's right.
Thank you, Janae, for showing me that. I'm going to keep that. I'm going to try that later today when I get in my car. I said it the light. I'm going to try to touch my toes. Doctor. That is your new name. I'm not messing with the chef thing anymore. Doctor, when can we get a book, Doctor? There's a book in you. And it doesn't have to be 300 pages, but if it's going to be that, because there is too much in you that I can only get once a year. Where's the book, Doc? When we going to get it?
I guess like it's an organization thing.
Okay.
I've already wrote about 3 books, but I haven't organized them to how I want to
Okay.
put them out.
Okay.
And so because I'm so big right now on community issues like
Yes, sir.
sustainability, especially with what's going on with the political spectrum,
Yes, sir.
what's
Yes,
going
sir.
on with some of the food. Like, for example, I think people should know that President Trump allowed for propaganda. There's a new law that allows for propaganda to happen. So what that is like when you get mixed information. One minute you'll hear something that says, you should stay away from potatoes and starch, and it's bad for this. And then the next minute it'll be like, you should stay away from corn and kale and the vegetables because, it's just mixed information
Yes.
being put out there.
Yes.
And the reason that they had to approve it was because people started complaining and filing lawsuits about that. So people should know that you have to, number one, you have to pray over your food.
Come on now.
you have to stay active in your knowledge, because a recall could happen right now where you can't eat any onions from Vidalia because it's full of listeria or salmonella. And if you're not staying up on that, then you're not going to be on point and being able to make a right concerned decision.
Right.
But the reason I say that is just to say that in the book that I'm putting together, it's just so many aspects of the community that needs to be focused on. It's hard to singleize the issue that makes the best impact. And so that's where I'm at now. I've already wrote the book.
Okay.
I just don't know how I want to.
Okay. So maybe it's not just one book. As things and environments and evolution continues to happen, then you write a book to deal with the times. So perhaps it's a book that you have to put out every couple of years because things continue to change.
Exactly.
So maybe you're not just a one book author. You're going to have several things that come out of you. I'm speaking that into existence. So I want to know more about the class, because I can go and I can at least start there and take a class.
Well, right now, we're still in development, so it probably will start next semester or the semester after. At the current time, I do teach classes at Align Wellness Center. It's near Greenbrier Mall. Shout out to Darnita Henry.
Now.
I'm coming to see her.
Yeah.
And the way I want to start my classes for this year is going to be a vegan food tester.
Okay.
So I'm just going to make a lot of food. People can come in, get a plate, get to see what's possible. Because, like, when you think about it, I made lasagna. I made macaroni and cheese. I made
everything.
Spaghetti. I made burritos.
You eating well.
So it's not like vegan, and it actually has the same flavor. Like my mom tastes my chili, and she was like, it tastes just like the chili that they sell at well.
Right. That's the magic. That's the magic that you bring, doctor.
Yeah. So this is these are things that can happen.
Yes.
And so I teach a class, and I'm gonna do the vegan food tester. Align Wellness Center and the other places is out in Fayetteville, Georgia. It's called Smart Pilates ATL, and I've been doing classes there. And my next class is probably going to be January the 20th.
Okay.
Yeah, but you can find me on Instagram at We Are Urban Detox, and I'll
post things out there. Okay.
Let people know what's going on. Or on Facebook at Jamel Thompson.
Okay. And any thoughts about doing about blogging or newsletter?
Yeah, so like it's almost like the stay in your lane thing.
Okay. I'm trying to get it out of him, people. I am. I'm really trying to get this
right. Exactly.
And he's like, every time. Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
I want to research tumors. Because I'm seeing like this thing with the children being born with abnormal tumors and stuff. So I want to go into that, and so it's gonna require a lot of my focus and attention.
Okay.
So I ain't gonna be able to blog.
Okay.
Right now.
All right. So no blogging, no newsletters. Be several books. Is there a team? Are there other brains like yours that get down with you in your community? Yeah. So maybe that as a community that can happen. That can make it happen. Because it'd be sad that you check out of here with all this information.
I know it.
Because some of us want it, we just don't know how to go about it. And then somebody like yourself that's doing the research can give us tips and techniques as to how to research and do some things so that we can continue to live and be in a state of wellness, not just once a year or whenever I see you, but it can be a lifestyle. A lot of people are starting to embrace things and incorporate them as part of their lifestyle. And so that's what today's conversation was all about. So I want to thank you guys for coming. Janae, Jackie, Jamel. I had 3 J's. I had all J's here. The JJ's rocked out all day. That was pretty cool. It was a nice mix of health and wellness. The J's are in the house. I appreciate it. And we hope that today's conversation helped and sparked, enlightened, took some weight off of people feeling like they're the only one. There's a whole lot of different scenarios and reasons why, as to why we do what we do. The last time Jamel was here, we talked about what's offered to us in our environment is really what prohibited us sometime in making those better health choices. If there's always a 99-cent menu and I only have X amount of dollars in my pocket, I'm gonna go and do, because I have to make sure that my family eats something, right? So today's conversation was to hopefully we're taking it up another vibration, another level, to say that when you're out of that financial bind and you're able to see your way just a little bit clearer, that hopefully you can take and make some decisions and choices that are going to better improve the life for your family, because you love your family and you want them to be around as much as possible. So today we hope that you were able to take all of this information. I'm just going to squeeze on these J's before they leave, because I want some more information. Is that bad Oreos? No Oreos. Oreos are bad. Oreos are bad. We don't want any of that. So thank you guys. I wish you much continued success in everything that you do. Until next time, you guys know where I am, the Real Chicks Rock. That's what I am, Real Chicks Rock. I have the website, realchicksrock.com. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I'm everywhere. I'm here in this platform every Sunday, every first and third Sunday from 2 to 4 p.m.
Yes.
Until next time, we'll see you next time. Continue to rock on. Take care. Say bye. Bye. Bye.
All of today's hits. You're listening to Instinct Radio.